Fashion design superstar Jordyn Woods, who's making headlines for her new iconic size-inclusive boots to fit every calf, born from her desire to fit a part of the body that a lot of people don't think about or talk about. Jordyn is going viral for many things, including her courtside style, as she cheers on her boyfriend, NBA star Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay, I've got to read what Sports Illustrated wrote about you. They said, even when he loses, Jordyn always wins with her courtside fits.
Look, I appreciate that. I am there to support, but you know, life is my runway.
Life is your runway.
So I have to go hard.
Is it true you say it takes you about 5 minutes to get dressed for the game?
I got dressed 5 minutes before I came here. I knew I wanted to wear my jacket. I knew I wanted to wear my boots.
That doesn't look like 5 minutes, Jordyn.
I think those ones were in 5 minutes. Okay. I'll explain that a little bit. So I have an amazing tailor. I'll give her an idea or a jersey or a piece of clothing, and I'm like, I really want to do this, this, and this, and she whips it together, but I will only have one piece of the outfit. So like, I'll have the corset and then I'll just throw on some jeans and stuff with it, or I'll have the zip up and I'll throw on a skirt. Yeah. I just go with my vibe for the day.
Do you think this eye was something that you cultivated, or you always had this style eye, this design eye?
No, growing up, I was always a tomboy. I grew up with brothers. I have a younger sister, but I was 9.5 when she was born. So for me, I felt like the only girl for a while. And I was a bigger girl. I didn't feel like I fit the mold of all the clothes and all the different brands girls were wearing when I was younger. So I would wear big t-shirts, and I wear my dad's shirts, my brother's shirts. And then I actually moved to New York when I was 18, signed with a modeling agency, and it really brought me out of my shell, and it forced me to kind of grow up and find my style and experiment. And for me, I realized, oh, there are some things out here. Oh, I could probably wear a crop top, or I could try this. Like, I don't have to be defined by what I felt comfortable in.
Right. So you said you lived in New York when you were 18, and then you returned with a fella in tow.
Yes, definitely very different experience both years of my life.
So you and Kat started dating, was it 2020? You just
2020.
In 2020, and you moved to New York together. What has it been like to be here together?
It's amazing. It's a totally different experience when I was 18, living in model apartments and carrying all my luggages down the street on my own. But it's just amazing because the opportunity that's here in the city for both of us, me as an entrepreneur in fashion, it's the best place in America to be for fashion, and also for him doing such amazing things, getting thrown into being here. He's from Jersey, so he's not too far from home.
Not too far. Well, some might say miles away.
I know, it's a whole thing.
So how has it been for you, this transition? Because now, again, you've been together 5 years, and you've taken these big leaps of faith professionally and with love. How does it feel?
Well, I'm with my best friend, so it's like we get to do life every single day. We were friends for years before we got together. So for me, it was never like, oh my gosh, I met this guy and now we're together. We were friends. He went through a lot in his life. I lost my dad when I was 19. And so through what I've gone through, I was able to be a different type of support system for him. And that's what really blossomed our relationship to come together. I heard you talk
about really that sense of loss and grief, both of you losing parents and then meeting and having this best friend. To be there on the sad days, but also root for you on those good days, like when you go viral for a boot that you created, or when the Knicks are able to pull in a victory. Okay, so what would he say is the thing he loves most about you?
If we're not speaking physical, I would say my sense of humor.
Yeah.
And my resilience.
And what do you love most about him?
I mean, I could say the same thing about him. He's like a big kid, and sometimes it's a lot, but he really keeps things exciting. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Being able to channel your youth, and when things get hard, being super supportive and super optimistic. He is the most positive person, and it's really important to have people like that.
Back to the courtside looks that you create. As I said, your courtside looks go viral. Is that the next incarnation of the design empire you're building? Will you now tap into athleisure and sports?
Why not?
Right.
It's my life. I feel like I always channel things from my life, and so that would be a huge thing for me. I have some of my current styles, which are inspired by some of the colors of our team that I will be, wearing this season. But I think it could definitely go a lot deeper than that.
What's your advice? This series is built on up-and-coming designers. You didn't know that this was going to turn into this huge success. As you said, you came here to model at age 18, and now here you are back, 28 years old, a successful line that's built a decade ago. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
But now you've built this empire. What's your advice to young up-and-coming designers out there?
You have to love it.
Yeah.
Because it is very hard. You have to be okay with rejection. The amount of times just having a concept in your brain and actually seeing it come to fruition can be the most challenging thing, because there's so many things I want to make, but one, financially might not make sense. Two, not the right partnerships or teams. Yeah. And also I feel like we live in such a generation now where everyone feels like they have to do everything alone. Yeah. And there is so much power in village and community. So find your people. I also say rejection is redirection.
Rejection is redirection. Mm-hmm. I know you've also said of yourself, this is your new era of womanhood. What does that mean?
They say when you're 25, your frontal lobe develops, so now that I've sat in that for a little bit, I would say this is the most confident I've ever been in my life, the most sure of my vision and the path that I'm taking, and I'm just really ready to step into me and who I am and my strength and my story.
Tam fam, you can see more of Jordyn's designs. Follow her on Instagram, Woods by Jordyn. I'm so happy for you. You're the absolute best. We'll be right back.
Coming up, she's the trailblazing stylist transforming WNBA players like Paige Beckers, Asia Wilson, and Sabrina Ionescu into fashion icons. Brittany Hampton is next. And later, our second up-and-coming designer first started making dresses using her mom's curtains. How it's led to an entire fashion brand. Next.